All right, Evan.
What's up? We're back.
Episode number 129 for My Cup of Tea. Evan's special big 130 is putting pressure on me for, which, at this point, I'm going to fucking turntable that. I think you were bringing something to the
table. Yeah, definitely. Are we past 130? What'd you say? What number are we at again?
129.
129. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. We're doing pretty good. Almost a big 130. Nothing's gonna happen, but sounds cool. But this is great. D23 dropped, so it felt good to break everything down. There was a lot of news. Didn't get my Acolyte season 2 renewal, so a little bit pissed off, but it's fine. I can wait. Patience is a virtue. So what?
Stunned, shocked, appalled even.
Yeah. So it's fine. But overall, there was some interesting news, some news I was expecting, and some news that was finally confirmed, like in regards to future sequels and stuff like that. But overall, it was a solid D23. Also, I was looking forward to some, Kingdom Hearts news, maybe during the gaming stuff. There were some rumors that like Sora could appear in Fortnite, and that never happened. It was just like a big Marvel Fortnite event for the next season, I guess. So a lot of things I was expecting didn't happen, but a lot of things that I was expecting ended up happening as well. So all that being said, I think we're just gonna go down like through the big entertainment showcase and then the TV showcase, because there's a lot of stuff either way. We will not be sharing any of the leaked trailers that dropped Saturday or Friday night, because there were a lot. If you were on Twitter, on your social medias during that time, you would have saw it. I saw like pretty much every trailer, right?
You can still find them.
What?
I think you can still find some.
Yeah, maybe. Some of it was like taken down, but I think there were some mixed messages in regards to if people could take pictures, what not to take pictures of, and share videos of. So either way, yeah. Like for example, I saw like the Andor, Daredevil, Ironheart, stuff like that. Like I saw a lot of that stuff. So we can talk about it, even though I have the descriptions pulled off from a Disgusting Film to help break it down for me as well. But let's start from the very beginning here, break it all down for everybody. I think the first thing that we saw, Disgusting Film says they have Avatar 3 here, but on my screen, on the recap, it says Moana 2. So it doesn't really matter. Have you seen the Moana 2 trailer already?
I have.
Okay, let's watch it real quick. I think I saw bits and pieces of it, but I didn't see the full thing.
Okay.
So
coming on my birthday, very exciting.
Oh, you gonna bring the cousins, the nephews?
Maybe, or I'll go by myself and double feature with Wicked because it's the same day as well.
No, it's Wicked and Gladiator that are the same day now. Moana's the week after.
What? No, what? Did they move? Because Moana hasn't moved.
Wicked moved away from Moana.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But Wicked now is the same release date as, or it's Wicked versus Gladiator, then Moana versus something else. I forget. Whatever.
Right.
Can you see that?
I can see the foot.
The foot. Hopefully that's not too loud. Okay, here we go. Moana 2. Moana Boogaloo. I don't know what I was going with.
Moana's.
Okay, let's see here. Is that too loud?
That's pretty good.
People said this looked like Rise of Skywalker at the beginning.
Okay. AJ invented the chasm jump.
Exactly. So she's a little sister this time. I saw that.
It's adorable.
It was 3 days. Where are we going?
I think Moana has like the best animation from
ancestors.
the studio.
Moana's hair animation is ridiculous.
It's insane. Look at the water texture.
It's ridiculous. I was nervous about the animation, but now it looks really cool.
Yeah.
Just how far we'll go.
She looks older a little bit too.
God, they killed Moana.
This is a call from the ancestors.
Her little sister's the main character.
In a terrible storm.
Can you imagine?
It's an ancient island. Setting foot on its sands would break the curse, bring our people together again.
I know what I have to do.
Can you imagine it's like 2045 and it's like a Moana 5 and Moana's like one of the spirit people?
That'd be wild.
You will be destroyed, and your way finds.
Looks like a female villain.
Yeah.
Form centric.
Gorgeous animation.
That looks insane. Wow.
I'll be back. I promise.
Do I hear people?
Those aren't people. Cock 'em.
I remember when I showed this to my students, the first movie, they loved the Hakamura people.
I forgot about him until this, and I was like, oh shit.
Me too. Like, I forgot they were like this big fan favorite thing from the first one. Because yeah, my students when I put it in front of the class, they were like, "Oh my gosh, I love this part!" And I think there's like a song connected to it, which they loved as well. So yeah, that was Moana 2. I do like how they're having the little sister now. You know, every movie, whether it's like Jack, a little sister, a pet, sometimes Disney and Pixar always has like a little fun character in pretty much all their new movies these days. It's pretty much a trademark of Disney, going back as like a Mushu, you know, the clock or whatever, the candle, whatever it was, and Beauty and the Beast.
A lot of them in Beauty and the Beast.
Exactly. So keeping the tradition rolling. So yeah, I like that aspect of the movie. Let's see what was next here. Oh yeah, they had this whole thing for Dwayne Johnson Monster Jam.
Excuse me?
A movie about monster truck drivers for Disney.
What can that be? Are they gonna go off road, like out of the stadium?
No idea. Well, I guess I could just keep this shared the whole time. But yeah, because I'm like, but Nathan, who is this for? Who the hell is this for? I don't know what they're doing here.
You know, some.
Yeah, there we go. I'm like, so it's a movie about monster truck drivers for Disney, helmed and probably produced by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. This movie is going to make like $10 million opening weekend. This is Borderlands level of disinterest. Well, truck drivers and Disney, are those the same audience?
I don't know, but I mean, you know, we live in a world where Cars is a very successful trilogy.
Very true. But I don't know. I don't even know if this is animated.
It might not be. But you know, there's a possibility that even if they don't make good money on box office, they could like have profit in toy tie-ins, because a lot of people have toy cars.
True. Kids do love their cars. Yeah, cars and planes. What was I gonna say? This reminded me of that one movie. Who was in it? Like that? It was called like Monster Trucks. I remember.
Yeah, like, it was a fucking Havoc actor. Right?
Havoc guy. Yeah, that movie bombed. I was like, this looks awful, and I think it came out in January or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that did not look good at all. So that was Monster Truck. So Moana's sister. So then James Cameron came out for D23 to talk about Avatar sequels. Originally, we were supposed to get one this year, I think, but of course it was delayed years ago. And now we're getting it 2025, 2027, and 2029, I think, is the... Or maybe it's 2025, 2028. Yeah, it's 2025, 2028, and then like 2030 for Avatar 5 or whatever, if they get that far. 3 and 4 were filmed back-to-back. I think they are filming still Avatar 4. And that's for like 2028, I think, because 2026 is Star Wars and 2027 December is also Star Wars. But they did finally reveal more about Avatar 3. It says it has more emotional stakes than ever before. New cultures, new biomes, new settings in Pandora that have never been seen before. It's not what you expect, but it's what you want, which is the kind of confident James Cameron talk that I love to hear.
Love it.
Even as somebody that's not a huge fan of this franchise, I went back too far. Even as somebody who's not a big fan of the Avatar franchise, I like what they're doing with. I really was surprised by Avatar 2, and then Avatar 3 really surprised me. Or Avatar 3 is looking to be really surprising and really cool.
Yeah.
I went
there was a quick glimpse there off topic, but I'm looking forward to the Saturday night movie.
Yeah. I saw the trailer the other day. I was talking about it with another teacher at work, and they were very excited for it as well. Because it seems pretty cool. I liked the trailer. It has like that fast-paced kind of vibe to it, which was cool.
Yeah.
And I liked that. And it has like, I think the SNL 1975, whatever it is, movie has like an October release date. Gabriel Lebrel, I forget his last name, whatever. I thought he was really good in Fablemans, so I'm excited to see what they do here. But this is the official poster for the new title, not Seed Bearer, thank God. And people are like, "Oh, Seed Bearer, that was a good title." No, it wasn't. That was horrendous. I'm not watching.
Cum Giver is what they were called.
But Fire and Ash, an awesome title, just flat out awesome title. I love and I love the element of fire. I always have. So
it sounds like a great book title.
It does. It sounds like a good novella / book title. Fire and Ash, and
from the twisted mind of James Cameron.
The twisted mind. Oh God.
Avatar, Fire and Ash.
So I'm excited for this, man. Again, I wasn't really the biggest fan of Avatar 1. If you guys watched our commentary on we haven't watched Avatar 2, right? For our commentary?
Not yet.
That's something I gotta put down there for myself.
I gotta make this fucking wheel and just spin some stuff.
Spin some shit. I can finally.
We don't know what we're doing next after Sky High.
Yeah, exactly. Avatar 2. I can finally take off Fox X-Men movie. That's been there for a long time.
Retcon do some Blade.
We never did John Wick 4, right? Either.
No. John Wick 4, Fast X.
We'll get to that shit. So
that
that movie. So Avatar, Fire and Ash. Jesus. And I love this concept art, dude. It looks really stunning. So this is the new vehicles. I don't know if this is a vehicle from a new area. I guess it has to be.
I saw a shot of one of these from like a different piece of artwork. It almost looked like a jellyfish in the sky.
I wonder if we can. No.
The tribe looks cool.
Yeah. The fire tribe right here. I think this is the fire tribe. They're just around a fire, so I don't know what it could be any tribe, but
I think this specifically is the fire tribe. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I wonder how this is going to challenge them. Or like the water tribe, they came across them. They initially had their disagreements, but they weren't violent. They had a very soothing connection to the whales that was very similar to their connection to the, I forget what they're called, the Navi's connection to the glider animal things. So but I wonder what's going to be different about this culture. How is it going to challenge these characters? Because James did say this movie is really going to challenge emotionally the characters and going to go off in unexpected directions.
Yeah.
So if I was a bigger fan of this franchise, I could remember the names and the arcs of the second movie, but I only saw the second one once in theaters.
I remember them.
I hated that new human character that they had was kind of living with them.
Spider?
Tarzan motherfucker. Yeah. Spider.
I didn't mind him.
Yeah, he's kind of annoying.
Remember fucking Stephen Lang's like Spider.
Yes.
That'd be interesting. I did recently watch it for the first time though.
You didn't see it in theaters Avatar 2?
No, Beetlejuice. Somebody commented. That commentary for Beetlejuice, someone suggested.
Sorry, I'm looking through those. Draven, what's up? Commentary, Beetlejuice. You know, I've never seen Beetlejuice.
That's interesting. Now I'm sorry that I watched it.
You fucked up, Nathan.
Like a couple weeks ago. I was chilling, and my friend was like, "You haven't seen it," and then, but also she hadn't seen Edward Scissorhands, so we did like a trade off.
I've never seen that either. At least.
Oh my God, Evan!
I think never. I'm not the biggest. You know me. I don't care about Johnny Depp outside of Pirates.
Goddamn, man, you care about this one, Edward Scissorhands.
And introducing Johnny Depp, that one.
Right, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street, yeah. But yeah, we can do some Edward Scissorhands and Beetlejuice shit, even though Johnny Depp's not in that, right?
Not in Beetlejuice.
No.
But Winona Ryder's in both.
I do love me some Winona Ryder. She's great. She's great. So it's Avatar, Fire, and Ash coming next December. That's very, very, very exciting. Another $2 billion hit, Nathan, you think?
I think it could be.
I think so too. They moved over to Disney's Pixar, and we have the first logo for Dream Productions, which is set inside the world of Inside Out and Inside Out 2, in between. And they're going to be covering what's inside Riley's mind and everything that makes up her dreams here. This was teased, of course, if everybody has seen Inside Out 2. This was the sequence where, Joy and crew enter the dream world to try and wake up Riley.
I think it's the first one.
No, that was the second one. Remember when anxiety is trying to wake them up, or Joy is trying to contact Riley.
That's right. They did something similar with the first one as well.
Yeah. And then that way, because anxiety, there's a monitor at the front of the screen. Anxiety, I think that's you, Joy. You're trying to mess something up, or it could be. Am I thinking of subconscious? I don't know. But dream, subconscious, either way, I think
the second one might have just been an idea board or something.
Yeah, I forget. But that's coming. Let me see if there's any more descriptions.
I think there is the most for this one. But I'm looking forward to Inside Out. I think this is it for its description, but I'm very much looking forward to it. I love both Inside Out movies a lot. I love the core premise of it.
Me too. They are doing another series called Win or Lose, the first long form series for Pixar, which means it's not just going to be an animated short. It's going to be an actual
show,
8 to 12 episodes, maybe even multiple seasons. I remember they showed this, I think, at last year's D23 or 2 years ago. I forget. I feel like this has been in production for a while.
First I've heard of it.
Oh, really? Yeah, I swear I remember seeing it before. But it's coming this December on Disney Plus. Again, I haven't watched any of the Pixar series, shorts, or stuff that they do on Disney Plus. So I don't know if I'll watch this one, but it looks interesting. I'll give it a shot. Hopefully it's cool. But I remember for the new Disney mandate, they were going to do less Pixar TV series and focus again more on their movies. Speaking of movies, this was rumored, but Andrew Stanton, we knew about Toy Story 5 because Bob Iger talked about it, I think, earlier this year or last year. But Toy Story 5 confirmed, but Andrew Stanton, the director of WALL-E, is coming to the franchise. I forget who did the first 3 movies. Was it Lasseter? Did he do the Toy Story 1 and 2? We shouldn't say his name anymore. But, Toy Story, let me see. Toy Story 1, directed by John Lasseter. Yep, that's what I thought. And then Toy Story 2, John Lasseter. Toy Story 3, Lee Unruh, who did Coco and other stuff.
Just the saddest Pixar movies.
Yeah. And then Toy Story 4 was Josh Cooley, who did Transformers 1 and stuff like that, and Inside Out. So, okay, Toy Story 5, Andrew Stanton, first time directing the Toy Story franchise, but of course he did WALL-E, which is one of my top 10 Pixar movies, easily, right?
Nice.
So I'm excited for Toy Story 5, especially given its new premise here, which we'll get to in a second here. Because again, I haven't, I really like Toy Story 4. I don't think Toy Story 4 is better than members of the trilogy. I mean, at least in my opinion, I would go 2, 3, 1, 4. You can argue 2, 3, 4, 1.
I think I am of that camp. 2, 3, 4, 1.
Okay, yeah,
So
that's fair.
Three's pretty great.
But they're going up against electronics in this one, Nathan, which I think this is the first official image from Toy Story 5.
This is a pretty genius evolution.
I agree. And again, I'm nervous about this. They keep saying they're going to end it and they're doing another movie. What are we doing here?
Here's the big thing that I think both of us were taken aback by. Woody's back somehow. I presume this is Bonnie still. The person who was not clicking with Woody, but Woody's back regardless.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, again, I think the big takeaway from us both was like, okay, we're sold on the premise, but why is Woody back? Wait, in Toy Story 4, Woody leaves with Bo Peep, right?
No, Woody joins Bo Peep, leaves Jesse in charge as the sheriff.
Woody joined Bo Peep, and where do they go? Where did Woody and Bo Peep go?
They just stick around at that carnival where a bunch of different kids come and like win prizes and get new toys for new families.
Okay, so they stay to the carnival while Jesse is like,
and everybody goes back with Bonnie.
Okay. And then Sporky goes back with Bonnie too?
Yeah, that was her favorite toy.
Okay. Man, I gotta rewatch this movie. But yeah, we should do all 4 of them. How have we not done the Toy Story commentaries yet?
We haven't done any Pixar. We wanted to do all of Pixar.
Yeah, we do. We did. Yes. So yeah, I mean, I love the toys. I love the electronics premise, but the whole Woody coming back is very shocking.
It could be a situation where like maybe they're running into this issue and they really don't know how to keep relevant, and maybe they turn to find Woody to help. I don't know.
Also, there's evil buzzes, along with the overall premise is like electronics distracting Bonnie most likely. But also we have an army of 50 Buzz Lightyear toys who are stuck in a malfunctioning play mode, who will also be the main villains of Toy Story 5. This seems very much what?
Makes me think of Toy Story 2.
Oh yeah. Automatically, right?
Yeah.
I also go to Ultron bots, Chitauri, basic things to fight against. It seems funny. I don't know if it will be that intriguing to me. I like the electronic stuff, like 50 Buzz Lightyears seems you can get very old very quickly. But I'll have to see how this
balance.
A lot of Tim Allen. I have to see how it's executed to be sure, because it just seems like a lot of people like Buzz, let's make them villains. I'm like, okay, this can get real old real quick.
I guess it could be a cool visual of like multiple Buzz Lightyears, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We don't have to watch the trailer for Win or Lose. It's coming out December 6th. But so also, Nathan, given the fact that Inside Out 2 was a huge box office success, probably the biggest movie of the year, unless Deadpool can get close to it. Probably not. But people were worried, especially given Pete Docter's words about the success of Pixar. They were worried, are there going to be more original stuff if Pixar makes $1.5 billion? Are they just going to make sequels already? And we know Toy Story 5 is on the horizon. But, Pete Docter is, again, saying they will be making original movies. They teased some stuff earlier this year. They are finally announcing it here with Hoppers, Pixar new original movie coming out 2026. So next year we have Elio for 2025 being an original movie. Yeah. And then 2026 we have Hoppers, which follows a girl who switches brains with beavers to learn about the secrets of beavers. And John Hamm is officially cast, will voice the mayor trying to destroy the beavers' home. It has, just from that premise alone, it has like some kind of environmental tinge to it, destroying the environment. Kind of remind me of like those classic Miyazaki films. I think it's called Palm Poco, where they follow like a group of bears in the woods as construction tries to take down their forest. But this, in this case, instead of bears, we have beavers and a girl in the mind of a beaver, which just sounds one of the most crazy Disney pitches I've ever heard. It sounds like a DreamWorks kind of thing and not a Disney thing. I'm down.
Yeah, I heard it and I was like, what? Huh? But it's Pixar, so I'm like, all right, cool. But then they showed an image from it. Yeah, this image. And I was instantly like, all right, that's adorable. I'm in.
Yeah, this looks crazy. I love this concept art. She's literally using like the hopper machine to hop into the beaver's mind, I guess.
Yeah.
Old lady chasing after the beaver. And this looks really cool. I like it already. Like I'm really down for it. It seems wacky, weird, original, and that's what I really want from Pixar. They're not staying safe at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, this looks wacky. Not much else to say about it, but I'm always down for a good body hop, and that's what most Pixar movies are, right? Soul into the mind of Soul, and then most movies, like you're getting like out of body experiences from your characters, which is very cool. In the Pixar world, Elio again is coming out next year. We have a new official image from it. This is one I've been I didn't love the teaser, but I'm really hopeful for this movie because again, I think Inside Out 2 got audiences reacclimated to seeing a Pixar movie in theaters. Yes, it's a sequel, so they were really sold on seeing it again because they were familiar with the property. But coming off of Elemental, Elemental, which got people back in theaters again after Soul, Luca, the likes of like Encanto. I know that's Disney, but still, Encanto, Raya, all those things are all like streaming. They have to get used to seeing Pixar in theaters again. It worked with Elemental, even though Elemental didn't have the biggest marketing campaign or the best, marketing campaign. I just hope people are willing to see Elio in theaters. I don't want it to be a bomb because I want them to focus on the original movies. And again, the visuals in this image look pretty cool. Didn't love the teaser trailer, but we still have a lot of time for this to get sold on me. And then Zoe Saldana is officially on board. I did not know she was on board. Apparently, she's playing his aunt or mother, of course, who is going to be looking for him as he traverses the world. So yeah, a boy who mistakenly identified as the ambassador for Earth, which seems cool. This is crazy, Nathan. I don't think we knew this, right? This is new. This is new news to us, right?
We didn't know this.
I'm
elated.
I'm happy. I'm happy, Bob. Incredibles 3 is confirmed in the works. Brad Bird is developing the film. Here we go. Here's a logo. Officially coming to theaters. No release date, but I'm predicting 2028. And I'll explain why once we see the release dates for the other movies. It just seems like they want to make a big sequel every single year for the next couple of years.
Yeah.
And 2028 is the only one that's not on their docket yet. And this makes this tracks. Incredibles 3. This is probably their biggest Pixar franchise between 1 and 2 alone. Incredibles 2 alone has like one of the highest grossing animated movies ever.
Right.
Or maybe I think it is. All right. I think once Inside Out passed Incredibles 2, they were like called the highest grossing animated movie ever. Even though
it was passing Frozen, I think.
Or Frozen 2. I always forget.
Yeah.
And then of course there's Lion King, which has made 1.6 billion, which Inside Out 2 has not passed yet.
Right.
Anyways, Incredibles 3, dude, a lot to say here. I'm excited. We have not done, the commentary, so we haven't shared our full thoughts on Incredibles 2 yet, but I think maybe we did on a My Cup of Tea early podcast. Maybe My Cup of Tea was after Incredibles 2 came out. I don't know.
Might have been a little after. It was after because we started 2019. It was in 2018.
Okay. You're right. I'll take your word for it.
Or maybe
And-
started 2020 actually, because we did Hyperspace in 2019.
True. And yeah, I think because Defy Blood was 2020. And that's what I always go to.
Mm.
Right? Defy Blood, I think, was 2020. So
Yeah.
whatever. But Incredibles 3, this is what they have to do. I think you were agreeing with this as well. A lot of people online were agreeing with the fact that we have to do a time jump. We can't stick with baby Jack Jack. We can't stick with teenage Violet, Kid Dash, and the mom and dad roles once again. Because I think for me, Incredibles 1 is an all-time animated movie, the best Pixar movie in my opinion. But Incredibles 2 was good. It was fine. It's just a movie I watched once in theaters and I see sometimes on TV. It's not one I go back to. And I think one of the main reasons for me was outside of the plot being not that, intriguing, the dynamics, the family dynamics didn't shift that much. The main shift, the main selling point of the movie was, hey, Elastigirl is going to be the main protagonist here instead of Mr. Incredible. It was kind of like a role reversal where he stayed at home, she got in on the action. That was the big intrigue. But I think for Incredibles 3, what can be even more intriguing is changing up the family dynamic completely. Have Violet go to college. Let's see what's that like for her. Dash going to high school. See how it's different from his high school. How is his high school experience different from Violet's? Jack, who has all these powers, very powerful kid. Let's see how he is as a young adult, Dash's age, right? As a little boy now, where he can actually speak and add to the movie. And then, of course, you have Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl still being the parents, but having to take care of children who are growing up. And how does that affect their family dynamic and, that meta family commentary that we know and love? I think that's the move they have to do, because Incredibles 2 took place so close to Incredibles 1. Not much had changed. I think it was a couple months after Incredibles 1 within the timeline. So I think there's a lot to change here. Just, again, let the audience grow with the characters and thus have the characters grow up and elevate that. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that sounds pretty great. I never really considered the thought of a time jump. I'm just so used to the characters as they are, but yeah, I think that would be really intriguing to see where they are now. Maybe you could even explore, we spent so much time coming back to the glory days of being supers, but what if Bob and Helen are getting a little too old for it, and they kind of have to come to the terms of retirement maybe as their kids take over and see how that goes.
I like that a lot too. Trying to look. So up next we have Zootopia 2. I was scrolling through discussing film stuff, and they don't have anything for Zootopia 2 before they get into Frozen 3. Zootopia 2 is coming out next year. It's probably my most anticipated animated movie of next year. I adore the first Zootopia. I've seen it a lot. I love it a lot. It's great. It has everything I want in a movie. Great animation, great characters, great voice acting, great world building, great commentary. It's really fun. And it's a mystery. It's a mystery themed animated movie. So I'm very excited. Ke Kwan has officially been cast as the new reptile Gary in the movie, playing the snake here, Gary.
Nice.
I think villainous. And
He's just a little guy.
Just a little guy. So the premise was, where'd my premise go? Give me a second. I just had it. There we go. Judy and Nick find themselves on a twisting trail of mysterious reptile Gary, who arrives in Zootopia and turns the mammal metropolis upside down. To crack the case, Judy and Nick must go undercover to unexpected new parts of the town where their growing partnership is tested like never before. People heard like growing partnership, and they immediately went to ship, which I think would be fun. I don't know if they're actually going to do that. There's been a lot of like comics and fanfic around them, to say the least. But I'm excited for it. I wonder. I don't think they'll go a romantic route in Zootopia 2. But me and romance. If you give it to me, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love Zootopia, and I think there were some images as well. If I could see it, let me go to my bookmarks. I think that bookmarks had something. Oh, yeah,
there were some funny parody movie posters.
Yeah, I saw that as well. Let me share this tab instead.
Kingdom Hearts.
Okay.
Nice.
So there was a leaked teaser trailer that I saw. This is them going undercover, not undercover. This is them going. They were following this beaver lady, and she went over to talk to him. They had a like back and forth. It was very fast paced, very funny. Really funny. Like you can tell, this was like kind of like the shtick, similar to the whole license part from the first movie. DMV section with the sloth. I like the new outfits. I like Nick's Hawaiian shirt and stuff like that. So there's a full teaser trailer that was leaked. If you can find it, good for you. I can re-find it, and we're not going to share it here if we did. But where is the? Let me exit that out. Because I like the movie poster one. There we go.
Yeah.
This is really fun. Like this is some great marketing. So Zootopia 2, the whole dead mule, and I can't read that. What is that?
Wolverine.
Oh yeah, Wolverine. Okay, yeah. Celio, like Elio. I didn't even notice the Mandalorian one. I
have to imagine that's the Pandalorian.
Pandalorian. That'd be fantastic.
I don't know what they're calling Grogu. Is Grogu a rabbit there?
It looks like it.
Civil War.
Civil War. Is that Civil War? Red Hulk, right? Or Captain America 4, Red Hulk.
Oh, that is Captain America 4, my bad.
Inside Out 2, Loki with the sloth. That's some great shit.
I think it was called Slowkey.
Slowkey. Oh wow. Mufasa, Slowkey, Skeleton Crew or Shrew. That's genius. I love this. So yeah, that's the kind of fun marketing I want from a Zootopia movie. So then Frozen 3 was officially unveiled, and people are really hating on this. Couldn't be me.
Not me.
Yeah, I really like Frozen. I forget, Nathan, are you a Frozen 2 over Frozen 1 guy or opposite?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I think I still what?
And that was before I saw Carson's life-changing documentary that he was right about. He was right.
I still haven't seen that. I'm so sorry, Carson and Nathan. Yeah.
It's really good.
Carson been preaching me to see this since our first podcast, I think.
I'm always tempted to check it out again just to be like, shit, am I doing the same thing they are? Am I going through the same struggles?
Do you have the same software they have?
I wish. I wish I had the computer power.
But yeah, Frozen 3 is coming out in 2027. So yeah, given like Frozen 3 is 2027, I think Toy Story is 2026. Next year we have Zootopia 2. That's why I said like 2025, 2026, 2027, and Incredibles 3, 2028, I think, at the earliest.
So this will be 9 years after Frozen 2.
Which is crazy. Frozen 2 came out in 2019.
Yeah.
And it takes them. That's wild to me. When did Zootopia come out? Wasn't that 2015 or 2016?
Zootopia 2016.
And we're finally getting a sequel to that 9 years later. What is happening here?
I don't know, man, but I'm not seeing My Big Hero 6 yet.
That's ridiculous. Isn't that ridiculous?
That's batshit. Like, I know there's a series, but like,
Fuck the series.
I want this animation. I want
We
the full-blown scale adventure.
Exactly.
Just recast Fred, we'll be fine.
I was so hyped for a sequel, and people are like, "Oh, just watch the series. It's kind of a sequel." It was like, nobody's watching a Disney series in 2024. Like, come on.
Baymax was such a big hit. I don't know how they didn't like run that.
Exactly. So yeah, fourth film is already being teased. We knew about like the fourth film because even Jennifer Lee, like I think last year was saying like they might do this back to back. I think that might be the case. Like if the fourth one's already being teased, and the third one has not come out yet. Yeah. It just makes it seem like okay, we're not going to get another 9-year wait between 3 and 4. They're probably going to do 3 1 year, 4 2 to 3 years later, or similar to Beyond, where it's like 4 years later. Because I know animation is a longer process. But yeah, this concept art looks really cool.
It's gorgeous. Obviously, the film won't look like this, but I do like that it's like a very like classic old age Disney animation look.
For sure. And I'm just now noticing the evil presence in the bottom third. With the
I'm curious to see like how much more we expand on this world.
Yes. And that's I have not seen Frozen 2 since theaters. And we know there's like this whole other culture. Where do these horses come from? Did she make horses, or are these just horses? I don't know. Am I thinking too hard about it?
She harnessed a water horse, not the Loch Ness Monster, but like a horse made of water.
That's cool. Did she come back to their hometown at the end of Frozen 2? What happened there?
I believe so. Well. It's like she can visit, but I think she like made like an even like bigger home in like that place she found.
Okay, cool.
In the Arctic era, and I think Anna was officially made like full-time the queen.
Okay, cool. I gotta rewatch that. I forget how it goes down.
Me too.
But yeah, similar to like Avatar, for example, I'm really curious to see, like you said, what other areas of their world can we explore? Are they going to connect to Tarzan? The Tarzan theory?
Yeah, the Little Mermaid.
Exactly.
Tangled. Tangled is canon, kind of. They're in it.
Is it? What do you mean?
Rapunzel and Flynn are in a shot from the first Frozen.
Okay. Greatest Showman was showed. Nobody cares.
I care. Have you seen it?
We're gonna skip the Star Wars stuff. We'll do that for a Hyperspace hype episode later on. But Marvel came back, and it was pretty much very similar to
Comic-Con?
What's it called? Comic-Con, exactly. I think they literally just said like they showed the Comic-Con footage for Captain America and for Fantastic Four. Once again, keeping things in terms of things that they are officially coming. Let's see here. It says, they showed a scene featuring new President Thaddeus Ross talking about the Celestial, once again confirming the production of adamantium. Sam Wilson is shown with Joaquin, who's the new Falcon. They're flying together, similar to what we see in the trailer. The footage ends with President Ross becoming the Red Hulk at a podium in front of the White House. This was described to us in Comic-Con, but you saw it too, right? The trailer, the leaked trailer for this.
I saw the clip of Ross transforming.
Okay, yeah, which was really cool. But yeah, he transforms to Red Hawk, and it looks like Red Hawk.
It's funny. I don't know what I expected, but it's like I was taken aback. I was like, "That is Harrison Ford's face on a Red Hulk. That's wild."
Yeah. So everything was pretty much again what we described in our Comic-Con episode.
Yeah.
In terms of Captain America 4, adamantium, as we see here, confirmed. Fantastic Four, we actually got an image of their suit here.
This was
really cool.
great. This was a little video, which was really cute.
Yeah, I love how Evan was like, and hey guys, he gave zero fucks.
He's not used to like the franchise. Like all three of them have been a part of big franchise stuff. He's like he does the bear, but like that doesn't get like major like holy shit people lining up out the door type beats.
That's a good point, man. It was very fun. You could tell like Vanessa and Pedro locked in in terms of like, hey guys, sorry we couldn't be there, but hey, we're on set and we're doing Fantastic Four shit. Johnny, you want to say something? And Johnny says like, hey, sorry we couldn't be here, but we're busy. Cut to Ben, the Thing, and it's just like, hey,
Yeah,
cool
good
guys.
He's so chill.
It was funny. I'm like, technically that's in character, but otherwise it's just Evan like not giving a shit. And it doesn't matter because we're all just gonna scream. It's D23. It doesn't matter. Yay.
Yeah.
Which is you can get away with shit like this because it's the audience. They don't give a shit.
I've heard someone be like, "Is he not enthusiastic to be here?" And I'm like, "Stop it!
Stop it! Like
it's not his vibe. Chill.
Not everybody can be like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they moved on to Daredevil stuff, Marvel Television. The Daredevil trailer was incredible.
Also, it's finished. Please release it.
It looks finished as hell.
It looked great.
No release date, which was weird to me. I'm like, okay, it is.
I think there was a release date. I think they said March.
Okay, maybe you're right. I think you're right. I think they did say March. I'm stupid. Let me scroll up here.
Kamal's dad's in it. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, they don't have a release date on it, but on the trailer that was leaked, they had a release date.
Yeah.
So yeah, John Bernthal, we saw him. He does not look like this. He has a beard.
Looks great.
Oh wait, let me go to their website so I can go to the official trailer description. Ironheart, Daredevil. Okay, there we go. So I'll just read it from the website here. Let me keep the image on something interesting. So season 2 is coming. Let's do that. But for the description of the trailer itself, it says, let's see here. The teacher begins with Matt Murdock visiting what we see on the image there, White Tiger in prison. Of course, he's not wearing the White Tiger outfit. But we do see a brief glimpse of comic accurate White Tiger on the streets in costume fighting Daredevil. The character tells Matt that we need a hero since the Kingpin is rising in power and influence in New York, which tracks directly with the ending of Echo. Spoilers, not spoilers. He's a big figure again. It's like season 3 never happened. I'm kidding. It did happen, but post blip, he seems to be rising in power again. The footage also shows Frank Castle confronting Matt Murdock, and that's what I was saying. Like he has a beard, he has like a hatchet, and he just like almost hits Matt. I think he's talking to Matt, not Daredevil, right?
I think so. Yeah.
I think like lawyer Matt in this scene. Various short snippets of action, with Matt seemingly overwhelmed by Fisk's grab for power through mayoral candidacy. The footage ends with Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk talking in a diner, with Fisk asking Murdock if the warning about Fisk's rise to power is coming from Matt or his darker half. Of course, alluding that he knows that Matt is Daredevil. The tense scene then cuts away to 2 fight sequences, intercut as one, with Matt fighting someone in civilian clothes and in his Daredevil costume. After the fight ends, a character asks what kind of lawyer Matt is, before he simply answers, a really good one. And I think from the vibe of the trailer alone, by the way, it does confirm at March 2025. From the vibe of the trailer alone, it just has that Netflix feel to it. It doesn't look like super different or anything.
It looks just like the it looks like just like the same energy and vibe of the Netflix series, but it also kind of feels bigger, if that makes sense.
Agreed. It seems bigger. It seems, in terms of scale, I agree with that. Also, of course, Froggy and Karen are back, which is very cool. So at the end there, we talked about the diner scene. That's why they say like they seemingly team up to deal with a larger threat. We also saw shots of Bullseye. Bullseye's in the show. White Tiger's in the show. Also, Muse will be a villain in the show. This is from Charles Soule, Daredevil run from 2018, I think, 2014, 2018. I think.
Now, who is this guy?
Not
Yes.
sure actually. It's been a minute since I've read it. I need to reread. Man in a Mask. So yeah, I'm not the person to ask about that.
It
But
was,
you
which
know
was surprising. I didn't expect that.
what?
Kamal's dad is in the trailer.
Yeah. Kamala's dad was in the trailer, which was weird because apparently there's some allegations against him, not very good ones.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that stuff was also like floating like prior to the Marvels release, so I don't know if things are
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. So, but he is in it, whether we like it or not. Whether I don't know. Yeah, that's not our subject to talk about.
I'm more so
But
like wondering like why do you need a lawyer right now?
yeah, what's going on there? And if there were allegations, like we could have just had the mom be in the show, anyways. But anyways, yeah, I forget what Kamala's dad even does. To be honest, but I guess he needs a lawyer. In the trailer, he was seen like defending Kamala's dad from like attackers, right? Am I wrong there?
I believe so.
But yeah, that's why he asked like, "What kind of lawyer are you?" And Matt's like, "A really good one," because he was beating up people as the lawyer Matt, in front of Kamala's dad. So that really shocked people. And then again, Muse will be a villain in the show. So we have multiple villains outside of Daredevil himself. Do you want to watch this Agatha trailer?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
I dig the vibe of it. I really like it.
I'm not feeling it. I mean, not the trailer, but the show overall. But I would love to be proven wrong by this show. So here we go. Agatha, whatever the subtitle is.
All along.
Agatha. Who's been messing up everything? The Covenless Witch.
It's been Agatha all along.
So this is her coming out of Scarlet's spell, basically.
I
What
believe
really
so.
happened to you?
Because the show, she at the end of Wanda's show, she was stuck in a loop.
She took every little bit of power I had.
So she's still in that crazy
someone
ass
to
Westview.
We gotta get back on top.
I'm assembling a
I'm
team.
gonna walk the road.
Join me.
Okay.
The witch's
I like
road
this
will
song.
give you the thing you want most. If you make it to the end.
The road is a death wish.
Those spooky vibes. Oh, whoa.
Heard you guys were having a party.
What's up? Hey.
Shall we?
Can't go wrong with Ami Plaza.
It will
Right.
test us and our knowledge of the craft.
We don't even know what we're up against.
Our worst nightmares.
How do we pass this trial without any power?
We survive, like witches have been doing for centuries.
This is giving me what's that Halloween movie called? Hocus
Hocus
Pocus
Pocus?
vibes. Yeah.
I just
Absolutely.
need these witches to get me to the end.
Like older women witches.
Yeah.
The bodies are really piling up.
Is she the main villain, Aubrey?
Why do you let them believe
I don't
those
know.
things about you?
because the truth is too awful.
I want my prize!
Time to finish the road.
Last one there is a nice person.
The production value seems like cool, but also I can tell like certain sets. I don't know.
I think it's like a fun spooky vibe.
Fun spooky vibe. Yeah, people are saying like the horror, like Marvel is finally diving into horror. I don't know. It's not horror.
There's some elements that I see where I'm like, that looks kind of fucking gnarly, and then others that I'm like, this just looks fun.
It looks like a fun spooky vibe, like a PG-13 horror. It doesn't seem like, you know, they're going some crazy like jaw-dropping conjuring stuff. They're not doing
There
that.
There was an interesting bit, like the way the trailer was kind of because they had that card reveal Wanda's name on it, which kind of like makes it look like that's like a toe tag of like her corpse. But if you look closely, that card is actually a library card. It's not a morgue thing.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like
So, what do you think is the chance we see Wanda in the show?
I think you will get an update on Wanda circa post credits by the end.
Really?
I think so. It could even end up being a stepping stone to Vision series, because I don't know how else we hop in there.
Vision is confirmed to be happening. That was not revealed at D23, but I think it's so early in the process.
Yeah.
But that's a show that's happening still as well. This is for Daredevil. The trailer looks like it's keeping the same grittiness from the Netflix season. So that's got me happy. Exactly. I'm happy about that. They're keeping it, which is good. I think Feige knows when to adjust the parental guidance ratings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, for Deadpool, for Blade, he seemingly teased Blade could be rated R as well. If that ever happens. So I like that. Netflix Daredevil was never R. I guess it was. I'm lying. Netflix Daredevil was never R rated, but like there's a scene where his head gets like impaled, right?
Oh, it's very bloody. Yeah, it's probably not like gratuitous, but it's pretty brutal.
Exactly, brutal.
Brutal.
So again, I'm excited for Agatha. Also, that kid from the trailer, obviously, again, Wanda's grown up child. Billy, yeah. But in the show, he goes by Joe. So I don't even know if he knows who he is.
I'm just like curious how he's
older.
Here?
Yeah. How's he here? Is he older? Which version is this? Wanda's kid version, or just a version from a different multiverse?
I don't know.
If it's a multiverse, that would be kind of creepy. Like, again, the whole aspect of taking away a child from his mother, kind of weird.
I think there was also rumors of Mephisto appearing in this, like, legit.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. It's like, hey, you guys guessed Mephisto all this time, and now he's actually appearing, which makes sense because Agatha's show seems to be digging deep into the horror, spooky vibes, like you said, more so than WandaVision ever was going to. So yeah, that seems really cool. I'm excited for the Joe character. He seems interesting, but I'm really here for crazy Aubrey Plaza. And if the show surprises me, I'll be happy. But for now, it looks like a fun vibe. I don't know how deep it's going to be, or how, like, how interested I am to see Agatha's arc, if there is an arc for her. We'll see.
It'd be intriguing to see like a pseudo character study of because Agatha seems to have lost her power completely, and she's like going on the journey to reclaim it.
And last one there is a good person. She says at the end, "Do you think are we getting some kind of redemption arc for Agatha? If we need one, anyways."
Could be. I mean, we could just be in a spot right now where she's in the process of being humbled. And those who actually stick with her, because I'm sure there will be a betrayal by one. Aubrey Plaza will probably betray her at some point, or offer her a darker way forward that she won't take.
Exactly.
Which would be interesting because, like, I'm pretty sure Agatha was killing plenty of people in WandaVision.
I believe so. Percy Jackson Sea of Monsters is confirmed, of course, coming out next year, which is happy for me. We're getting a new one seemingly every year, which would just be awesome. So they did confirm 2025, I assume. They filmed, I think, 2 weeks. I think they're 2 weeks in production right now, and they had a decent trailer. I wonder if Disgusting Film has it on there.
I didn't see the trailer. Oh no, I did. There was a sizzle, right?
A little sizzle, a little something. Let me see. There we go. Yeah, I knew it was here somewhere. Walker's voice is crazy different.
My name is Percy.
That's that Chamber of Secrets voice drop.
My name is Percy Jackson.
You remember you start Chamber of Secrets and he's like, I can't let you out, Hedwig. It's so deep.
Yeah.
So did the gods. Last year, I had to stop a war.
And that was a cool season.
The chariot race.
Now, be real, Evan. I don't actually know the story of Sea of Monsters. Very cool. I've only read the first book, Lightning Thief. So I'm intrigued to see where things go. I know Percy has a brother, right?
I'm about to say, That's the big thing. Yeah, he gets a brother named Tyson, who is a Cyclops. So he's officially added to the cast.
Do you think the Cyclops effects will look better than the movie?
I forget the movie look. I can't even visualize it right now.
So
I think it'll look better. Yeah. So streaming 2025, and also in terms of like new cast members. Yes, Draven. Can you pull up the comment for me?
yeah, I got you.
That was Edge. Edge plays Ares, the god of
Hey.
war, in Percy Jackson season 1. He appears in episode, I want to say 4, when they go to a diner. 4 or 5. Your audio cut out, would you say?
It's where they steal back his shield, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think Ares, he was a scene stealer in season 1. He had some very fun scenes against like Grover and the whole gang, really. So he plays Ares. He will be back, maybe in season 2. I forget. It's been a while since I've read Sea of Monsters 2. But returning cast members, the girl who played Ares' daughter, now I'm forgetting her name too. Not Beatrice. But whatever. Ares' daughter, who's in season 1, who kind of like lost to him during Capture the Flag, she's going to have a more central role. And Luke has also been elevated to a main cast. So those two are now elevated to main cast members. This season is going to take primarily on a ship. They go on a ride. They're going for an island because they got to look for Grover, who goes missing.
All right.
I think that's the premise. That's as much as I can say without getting into spoilers. Grover goes missing. At the end of season 1, Grover's like, I get to look for my uncle. Because he's like this magical centaur, whatever it is, whatever they are.
That's right. I was pretty surprised. I was like, what do you mean they're not sticking together, Evan?
Yeah. Season 1 is the only time they stuck together the whole time.
God damn it, I got so attached to the new trio.
But I think Sea of Monsters, spoiler alert, they'll see Grover again. So we'll see the main trio even more so. But I think after 2, especially 3, 4, and 5, is when we get some split stuff. I think the final book, of course, they're back together, one final battle. But like 3 and 4 for Battle of the Labyrinth and something's curse.
Titan's Curse.
Titan's Curse. Thank you. Wow. One of those seasons, I think it's Titan's Curse, where we don't see Annabeth a lot at all. And that's when people are kind of nervous because they're like, they love Leah's interpretation of Annabeth so much. How are they going to convert her not being around for an entire book?
They may expand her role given that like there was expansions of the lore with the first season, right?
I agree completely. I think similar to the first book where they changed some stuff around to give more screen time for Annabeth, had Annabeth do things that she didn't do in the book. I think that's exactly what we'll do. We'll see what she's doing while Percy is off looking for her and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I think 2 is where things get a bit more serious in tone. Again, Luke, who I won't say what he does, but Luke is going to be a main cast member. And yeah, it'll be more of like a naval journey this season. A naval, similar to how the first book had like a across the U.S. kind of road trip vibe. This one's going to have like a around the sea naval vibe. Setting sail, exactly. So okay, we saw that. Freaky Friday is happening. Not much to say there. Not a huge fan. Well, I love Freaky Friday. I'm not the biggest fan of a sequel happening. But Manny Jacinto is coming back as Lindsay Lohan's husband.
Really?
He played, of course, the stranger in The Acolyte. Go watch it. But of course, he'll be her husband in the sequel.
How old is Manny?
35?
No.
Am I close, Evan?
If I had a nickel for every time a hot Star Wars character was a decade older than the fucking
He's 36.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Mandela's 26, 25. Yeah.
If I had a nickel.
People love their age difference. But you're a 98 kid too, right?
I am.
Yeah. So Mandela's with you. Okay, let's see here. Lilo and Stitch is confirmed. There we go.
With the voice.
Stitch, what you say?
Yeah, did you see the clip of someone just took the first syllable? He says.
That's great. That's hilarious.
Like, did I hear that right?
Stitch canceled.
What racist Stitch?
He's everybody. He's everything at once.
Mixed.
No, I think the biggest.
He is, isn't he? Like, technically, he is mixed because he's an experiment, right?
Yeah. The biggest thing for me was I swore this was Disney Plus exclusive.
I think I had heard that. I didn't really. I keep forgetting that this is happening.
Me too. Like I thought it was Disney Plus exclusive. Then I forgot it was happening. But now it's going to be in theaters, summer 2025. It doesn't have an official release date because I was looking at the Disney calendar. I'm like, where can they put this? Next summer is very, very clouded. It might come out Memorial Day, the week after Mission Impossible. That May 30th, that Little Mermaid release date.
Probably want to be back behind Superman.
Probably that way too. But yeah, I like the design of Stitch here.
I like it a lot. I think it looks really good. I think the texture is very Detective Pikachu.
Good reference there for sure.
Yeah, I like the voice. Me and Evan differ on how much money this thing's gonna make.
Yeah, Nathan, tell the audience how much you think this is gonna make.
I think it'll make $1 billion, and I am not hesitant in saying that whatsoever.
I don't think so. You think this movie's gonna make $500 million more than Little Mermaid did?
Yeah, dude, I kind of do.
Little Mermaid's still shocking to me that it made that much. Good one.
Yeah, just because in terms of growing up, pretty much I think 1 for 1 of my generation, Lion King was pretty equal to Lilo and Stitch in terms of just how popular Stitch is as an icon for Disney. And just looking right now, the design is very appealing, very well done. That's me. I think it's a really solid design. He sounds good. I think the effects are going to be good, and as long as they stick to the core heart of the story, which I believe they will, I think you have a big hit on their hands. Similar to how going into something like The Lion King, that was a huge turnaround. I genuinely believe they could do it.
Yeah, for me, it just seems people were iffy on the designs or iffy on the movie coming out in general, and I think it's going to have a soft spot between Little Mermaid and what Lion King. Lion King is 1.6 billion. That was everybody's favorite movie ever. Aladdin had a lot of room and it made $1 billion. I think this is going to make around 500, 600 million. I think it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, but I don't think it's going to be a big hit. I just don't know.
You underestimate the cute design, man. The Grogu effect.
Exactly. Very true. So up next we have Snow White. This is something you said you did not see.
I have not seen.
So that should be fun. Let's do this. Rachel Zegler. You knew that, right? You knew she.
I didn't know that. Got to start your trailer with a boom.
Boom. Horror vibes. Decent visuals.
Is this a what's it called? A Jungle Book situation where nothing's real but her?
I think so. I think all the dwarves are CG. Am I wrong?
That's pretty good.
So whistle while you work.
Nice.
I'll be honest, I do not remember that song.
The hair looks better in motion, I will say.
Yeah.
Magic mirror on the wall.
Everybody's favorite actress.
I think Gal's fine.
Well, people were hating on. I'm like,
look at this bad line delivery. It's like she's just talking. At what point are you just attacking her accent? You know. I like this visual. I think like the color really pops with this one.
With what?
I think the color really pops visually with this, like compared to the other ones. All right, nice.
Oh my gosh! Somebody said like,
do we know who plays the witch? Like what is it? Just Gal again?
It's Meryl Streep.
Yes.
That'd be crazy. But I'm with you. I think the visuals look decent, at least decent during the daytime. But I did like how the visuals looked at that nighttime shot. That seemed pretty cool.
It doesn't look like I'm not seeing a single shot that looks very desaturated. I think everything has like a nice tone of color. Like even here, this just looks like a natural, like warm, cozy vibe.
Yeah, there's the warm, vibrant colors to it early on. I can definitely agree with that. And I think Rachel looks exactly like I expect from her. Hair looks very classical. It's not necessarily goofy. It just looks like very classical, old school hairstyle.
It's a hair I'm not used to seeing her with, so it always it takes getting used to. But again, Rachel, seeing it in motion, I think it works.
Agreed. I think Rachel usually has that beautiful long hair, but I like the hair here. I don't think it's a real hair, right? Probably a cap. Or is that real? Did she really cut her hair for this?
Maybe. I mean, it would have been. I mean, she filmed this a while ago, didn't she?
She did. This was a long time coming.
Yeah. Fun fact: I have not really seen the original like that.
Whoa!
I haven't really done a sit down watch through.
That's
so Nathan, you haven't seen the 1936 classic?
That's bullshit, Nathan. Come on. Don't put the release.
No, the release date is not an issue. There's no issue at all. I just, there's a lot of Disney movies if you didn't know, and I watched a good chunk of them, one of which is Lilo and Stitch, my dude.
Where's Treasure Planet? Fuck.
I wish I had more Treasure Planet experience as a child. That would have been great.
That was my everyday, in our van we had the DVD player. The CGI doors are going to haunt me. Yeah, people are not loving them. They don't look great, but they look fine. I think Lilo and Stitch was the only big hit they had during the early 2000s era for animated Disney. I think so too. I'm curious to see what the box office was for Lilo and Stitch. That's kind of
I've only ever really thought about Lilo and Stitch on a DVD.
Same. I remember watching it on DVD a lot. I don't know if I ever saw it in theaters. It made $273 million.
Oh.
I don't know how that does for budget wise. Lilo and Stitch box office.
I mean, I can't imagine it was an insane budget because obviously shit's been bloated in the modern day.
Produced on an $80 million budget with a marketing campaign. It was a box office success, grossing over $273 million. Nominated for best. What? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, over. I think I had a over triple. 3.2 multiplier there. It was nominated for Best Animated Feature, but lost to Spirited Away, Kurosawa Miyazaki. Kidding. Still no chance. But it had multiple TV series and stuff like that, so I think it was very.
It was a good series too.
Great series. I loved the TV series.
Great series. And multiple movies.
Lilo and Stitch, 2 was a thing.
2. I think it was Stitch Has a Glitch. Was it called?
Exactly.
Leroy and Stitch.
What?
Is the third one? It was a new.
There's a third one. Lilo and Stitch 3.
Yeah. He gets the love interest in one of them.
Leroy and Stitch. What the hell? Did I watch that one? I don't know if I did. Yeah, Treasure Planet and Atlantis Lab. Those were my rewatch movies growing up. So that was that. Tron Ares. Did this trailer come out? Did Tron Ares trailer?
No.
Are you serious?
I don't know if they showed footage, but no, nothing came out.
Wow, I thought that would be. It looked decent. Or it didn't, but it looked finished.
Yeah.
In theaters October 2025. Sorry.
Okay.
in theaters 2025, and what I pressed something. And for me, this movie did not look good, in my opinion. Let me go over the premise here for it. Because for me, the main premise going into this weekend, we already kind of knew this wasn't going to take place within the Tron world. They were not going to enter it and go on a huge adventure. This will feature characters going into the real world. So Tron characters venturing into the real world. Nine Inch Nails is confirmed for the music, and I forget who's doing the soundtrack. So Nine Inch Nails is doing the soundtrack, but I forget who's doing the score. Did they announce it somewhere? I forget. But Nine Inch Nails is doing the soundtrack. Somebody else is doing the score. I don't think it's Zimmer. I don't know. But yeah, like the trailer shows like Jared Leto's character, or Evan Peters is like a big time producer, investor, head of a company. And Evan Peters is talking to the audience saying like, it's time for the world to change and boring business stuff. But he's alluding to the Tron world into our real world and how we can harness it, basically. Jared Leto, I know, right? Jared Leto's wearing like this outfit that we see here. He is the main character. And there's some bike, the lunar bike sequences, except they're on the in a highway or whatever. And yeah, for me, it just looked like a lot of real world stuff. Greta Lee from Past Lives. She is chasing after Jared Leto. She seems to be some kind of doctor / scientist character as well, helping him or chasing after him. I couldn't really tell. I only saw it once. Let me see if it's on here. Tron Ares. Maybe they have a better description than I do. So Leto plays Ares, who he describes as an evil artificial intelligence. The film will also feature characters leaving the digital world and entering the real run. Again, Nine Inch Nails is doing the music for the film. There we go. The footage begins with Evan Peters talking about AI and the leap that it would make into the physical world. The trailer then transitions into the snowy terrain before showcasing Jared Leto's character Ares narrating about finding his purpose in the real world. The trailer then shows light cycles driving across the city, the highway thing I was talking about. And then the trailer ends with Ares throwing the iconic discs and the first look at Jeff Bridges' character on a purple grid saying, "Greetings, bookworm." And that's it. So yeah, there we go. Reznor and Ross are doing the score, which is great. But the music is Nine Inch Nails. And the cast is Jared Leto, Greta Lee, Evan Peters, Jodie Turner-Smith, Cameron Monaghan, Gillian Anderson, Jeff Bridges, to name a few characters. So yeah, I don't think this is going to do well. I just don't think people are really excited for Tron. Tron Legacy didn't make that much money. It was kind of a flop. That's why it took so long for them to eventually get to Tron Ares. And then making it into the real world is not what Tron fans want. They want to go into the digital world. That's what's so fun about Tron. So making it into the real world is, I think, completely misses the beat. And I don't know. Coming out October, I don't know what the vibe is coming out next October. So we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, this is animated movies. Again, 2025 is Utopia 2. 2026, Toy Story. 2027, Frozen. 2028, Incredibles. Now we have Mufasa, the Lion King. Mufasa. And let's watch this trailer. Seems pretty cool.
Yeah, have you seen this one?
I think so. I saw the teaser.
Right.
No, I did see that. I did see this.
It's time. I'll tell you a story. A story of a cub. Not much.
Is that Kiara?
So just to be clear, we're not in this story.
Is it?
I think this is younger Simba, right? Or I guess it has to be Kiara.
Yeah, because they Timon and Pumbaa here.
Timon and Pumbaa. Yeah, I'm dumb.
Probably
Yeah.
known as Scar became.
Will we get a proper He Lives in You?
Hello, what's your name?
They're not gonna do it.
I told you to wait for me.
We can't just leave him here.
Rules are rules, Tucker. The king.
So
will
I was
never
surprised
let
by
us
this.
stray.
I'm not astray.
Me too.
I'm just lost.
Mufasa and it's a story of Mufasa and Scar's brothers. Who's Scar's not called Scar, it's called Taka.
Associate
Right.
with outsiders. Taka is the future king. We must protect the bloodline.
But Dad, I saved his life.
It's kind of
So they're saying Mufasa's the one that came out?
like they found
I
Mufasa,
always
but
wanted a brother.
Taka is the direct heir of this tribe.
Okay.
People are very worried that like it's like gonna be like Mufasa is a prick for stealing his throne, but I'm sure there's gonna be proper reason.
home.
Yeah, they're gonna have Scar turn evil. Well, not evil. He's not evil until he actually
You and
kills.
Tucker together. That is
Mufasa.
home. Now both of you go.
How would that work? I wonder.
Well, they've accepted him into this tribe, Mufasa. Learns about the circle life here.
New tribe seems pretty cool.
Is broken. There
Yeah.
will be one Lion King.
Roll credits.
Is that I heard Mads Mikkelsen's in this? Is that him?
Oh, is he?
Not I heard that.
We must fight together.
I like the art there. Yeah, there's just something about this environment that feels kind of desaturated, doesn't it? With these,
Yeah, I kind of agree.
I know it's like probably what it looks like, but you know you
I'm
can
here to protect you, my brother.
enhance it.
Yeah,
I'd like some visuals.
I'm still not sold on the visuals completely.
This was a bad idea. We're alive. I did it. I saved us.
Edgar in our group chat was like, "Why is this just a Transformers one trailer?" I was like, "Oh no," which I think will be fun. Right? Yeah, I think I do prefer the teaser, but I do like seeing the dynamic of these brothers.
Eddie Newton. Yeah, I'm excited for the music. Lin-Manuel Miranda's doing this instead of Moana 2,
Yeah.
which I think was a choice.
That'd be interesting because it effectively you have to imagine it's mostly new music given this is the original story.
Yeah, whole new original story. So I think the story is going to be, of course, more interesting than the other live action, which was just copying Lion King, except worse. The expressions, I'm still just like, it's like, oh, Mufasa, we almost did that. It's like I can't get connected to your expressions because I can't. Like,
I do notice they are a bit more exaggerated in this one. I guess probably not as much as if it was just 2D, which like Draven's saying here. Dude, if they were to greenlit a like Zack Lion King style 2D, like that would crush, would it not?
If this movie was called Mufasa, same story, same everything, 2D animated, $2 billion, easy,
Yeah,
easy. Like, but why are they making it live action? You're ruining it. Just making it 2D.
I don't know.
People
Because
would
they just did a re-release of the original Lion King in theaters, and it looks gorgeous on the big screen.
It does. So that was kind of annoying.
That said, I'm not a hater on the 2019 Lion King. I enjoyed it for what it is.
Arcane released a trailer, by the way. Or I knew the poster.
Really
Just people not aware, this will be the best TV show of the 21st century.
I'm a little sad for everybody, Evan, because it's only the second season. It's the final season.
I know. I did not. I was really upset about that when I first heard about that. But they did say they're very much like working on tons and tons of other stuff. The story of Vi and Jinx will end in season 2, but there's tons and tons of other League of Legends characters.
So they'll make more projects in the world.
Exactly. That's because there's tons of world building that they have there. I'm so, oh my god! Like when this series came out, I didn't watch it live. Jalen watched it before me, and then he watched it with me, and then we watched it with our friend, and then we watched it with somebody else. Like I've seen the show season 1 at least like 8 times. It's one of the most gorgeous.
I should rewatch it with you.
Story shows of all time. Yeah. Oh yeah. I would love to watch it with you. We keep saying that, but like it'll be a fun, easy rewatch as well. Is that it? There's more stuff, right? Or was that it? They did Disney, Pixar. Was that it for this Friday night stuff? Are we on to Disney animation?
I get, because didn't they also end with like everyone gets a free ticket to Mufasa? Thanks, man. I hope I remember this promo code in 4 months. Hope it doesn't expire.
That's fucking hilarious. Let me go through the website. Let's see if we didn't skip anything. Avatar, got it. Snow White, Tron, Mufasa, Lion King, Marvel, Agatha.
They didn't. I didn't see any updates on Ironheart here.
Ironheart. There we go. Let's talk about it. I see it on here. So Ryan Coogler in the cast came out. I forget her name, but it was Anthony Ramos and the main actress came out with Ryan Coogler. Ironheart. Let me describe the footage right here. It begins with Riri Williams flying through the sky in her suit. The suit is reminiscent of the Wakanda Forever suit. The footage also showed Riri's life at MIT after the events of Wakanda Forever, where she has to rebuild her suit because, Shuri was like, you can't take that with you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
As she tries to find the cash to fund her project, she teams up with Anthony Ramos's character, they both sneak into various warehouses and labs to find the resources necessary to rebuild her suit. Ramos's character ends up turning evil and is shown in a suit and a red cape. The last shot of the trailer shows the suit, her new suit, flying to Riri as she's running. And the suiting up visuals are reminiscent of Iron Man movies as she flips a truck in the street and the trailer ends. I saw this trailer. This is pretty much it from what I can remember. I thought the trailer was pretty meh, to be honest. It had vibes of just like,
There are certain editing choices that are like, this is like the standard like template of editing the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, in terms of core story, I'm very excited to follow Riri and her journey. Finally, I really enjoyed her introduction in Wakanda Forever, and I'm a big fan of Anthony Ramos, and I think they're both going to be fun on their rec as well as in it. Be interested to see his role in all of it.
Auden was rumored to be playing. He also came out on stage. Auden says he's playing, or he didn't say he was playing, unless they say it in here. No. Auden's rumored to be playing Obadiah Stane's son.
Right? That's right. That was
Ezekiel Stane.
Which could be a rivalry thing, maybe.
Maybe. Ezekiel is also a very smart character, smarter than his father. Anthony Ramos, there were theories that he was playing some kind of magic and science character. What was his name? Fuck. I'm forgetting his name. But in the trailer, it did look kind of goofy. I don't know what kind of tone the trailer was going for. Like it could have like a Black Panther kind of tone where it can get weird, but also very serious and heartfelt. It's a weird mix there.
Yeah, and granted, it's a series, right? So there's like a lot of like things to pull from in the trailer. So you may be getting different vibes around. I will say I really enjoy the designs of her suits. I like that it seems like we're gonna get like a lot of different marks armors that are not as well equipped in mainstream because she's not an Avenger with a budget like Tony. She's scrapping things together, but seeing the progression of it is really cool. I'd be really excited when she finally gets to cut, because granted she did technically get to cut loose in Wakanda Forever, but the design, which I think is all right, it's very like a first draft, right? Imagine she goes through all these different types that she builds, and then when we get to something like Secret Wars, she like really makes something like true to essence the Ironheart that you see on like every comic cover.
Exactly. Like I have to have a lot of hope because I'm with you. I think the designs could be really cool, and the character by itself is very interesting. And I think they're going to be tying into Young Avengers. Given the ending of what was it?
The Marvels.
The Marvels. Yeah, we saw Kamala meeting with Kate Bishop finally.
Yeah.
So maybe we see Kamala visit Riri at the end of Ironheart. I think that'd be very cool and it'll make a lot of sense.
That'd be really cool. Will we get any connection to Armor Wars? Is there any update on Armor Wars?
Armor Wars is, if people forget, that is going to be a movie, not a TV series. So I'm curious as well. Is that going to be coming out before Avengers? Well, I don't know.
Which, you know, it's always just been like kind of like a guess because they haven't like really confirmed much of Armor Wars other than Don Cheadle would be starring. Really genius pivot to like instead of the AI mentorship of Tony Stark, have it just be Rhodey. Like that'd be great, right?
That'd be really cool. Yeah, Rhodey, you know, he'll get his best supporting actor award again.
Yeah. That is what was that for Falcon Winter Soldier? One episode.
That was ridiculous. But moving on, we have Marvel Animation, which was the next day. And this is Brad Winderbaum saying that there will be a change in animation styles with animation projects, adding there is no in-house style, which makes sense.
I love this.
What If looked very different from X-Men 97, which looks very different from the Spider-Man TV series coming out.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Yeah, they're not all sticking to the What If animation, thank God. The first thing they premiered was What If. Was What If season 3.
You also have a fire in your room? I got one.
It came out of nowhere. I'm like, what the hell? The rest of my room is dark, so it just follows the light. I don't know. Fucking
yeah.
Oscar Isaac's Moon Knight will appear in What If. I assume Oscar Isaac is returning. I assume for
Moon
that.
Knight mentioned. I'm very happy.
Yep. Still no season 2 news for that.
I don't know. Fucking give me a Midnight Suns project or something, please.
Exactly. Ironheart and Shang-Chi will also appear in What If season 3.
All right, we're good. This is how we're like, hey, how can we see them more before Secret Wars? Like, I got you. This is what we meant, but I'll take it.
And then season 3 is confirmed to be the final season. They clarified this is the end of the Watchers storyline from season 1. Kind of. I mean, I think it's time. I was very mixed on season 2 and season 1. They had their great episodes. They had their bad episodes.
Yeah, there tends to be like a bit of a hit and miss, but I will say, like, with so much like endless possibilities of stories to tell, it is always fun to revisit. Although it is funny because I'm pretty sure we've had at least like a couple who's like, "This is the one you went with? Why?"
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, okay, what are we doing here? But
there's some great episodes in there, dude. There really is.
Season 2 introduced some new characters. I forget her name, but the new Native American superhero was really cool.
Yeah.
I liked her a lot.
It's not Makari. That's she's from Eternals.
Yeah. But I have a description here for the 3rd season. So it says the final season of the show will include a Voltron anime style episode as an Avengers team led by Sam Wilson and consisting of Moon Knight, Photon, Red Guardian, and more pilot giant mecha suits in order to combat Gamma monsters. It was also revealed that the other episodes in the final season will explore characters such as Moon Knight, Ironheart, Shang-Chi, and White Vision will also appear. He also talked about different genres, once again, like the other seasons did. So there'll be a Western style. I think the Western one is the one with Shang-Chi.
Right.
So that's very cool.
But will Captain Carter appear, Evan? Our main protagonist?
Right. Let's see here. Yeah, we're going to take big swings and include different genres like the Western in this series.
Cool.
So, okay. Moving on up. Here's the Gamma Monster visual that they showed. Very Voltron, Pacific Rim inspired.
How big is that fucking shield?
Gigantic.
Is it like a vibranium radar dish?
So then we have Monica Rambeau, Sam Wilson, and I don't know who that is in the back.
That might be Bucky.
Could be Bucky, Moon Knight. Not Moon Knight. I don't know. That's a white guy. I mean, it says Captain America, Moon Knight, and Monica Rambeau on the description. That's not Moon Knight. That's a white guy.
No, that's not. That ain't Oscar.
That can't be. If that's Oscar, I'm losing it.
I will say it would be really exciting to see Sam in that Avenger leader setting.
Exactly. Yeah, kind of, alluding to the next Avengers film. With X-Men 97, is that it? Yeah. With X-Men 97, which was the next part. They confirmed they're also in works on season 3 as well. But they will be wearing the Grant Morrison suits. And I was kind of shocked by this. Not everybody likes these suits. They're pretty mixed, very 90s.
It's just very like plain.
Exactly. But for me, I'm like, well, given the end of season 2, spoiler alert for season 2. By the way, Draven, you should watch What If season 2. There are some good episodes in there. Pick and choose, pick the litter there. If you want to watch What If season 2. But spoilers for X-Men 97. Spoilers, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The season ends with the team getting split up across 3 different eras. We have the past, where we see, I think, Charles, Magneto. Most of the team goes to the past.
I think everybody except for Scott and Jean.
Yeah, Scott and Jean are in the future
with a young Nathan Summers.
With a young Nathan Summers. The past has like Beast, Cyclops, or Beast, Magneto, Charles are all the in Jean.
Rogue.
Rogue. They're in the past because they allude to Apocalypse, who also appeared in the post credits in the present time. Very confusing. The present time is where Wolverine and Storm are the only MIA characters. We don't know where Wolverine and Storm are. They are rumored to be in the present. They also could be turned into one of the 4 Horsemen if Apocalypse gets their hands on them.
Yes.
So we have Apocalypse in the present, Apocalypse in the past, and most likely Apocalypse in the future. So he's going to be our main villain across all 3 timelines. But of course, all 3 timelines are going to have different hurdles to deal with. Of course, Nathan Summers in the future with his parents, Scott and Jean. But then, so when it comes to these suits, I wonder, like, are all the characters changing suits, or just one of the eras, like the past or the future, the present? We'll have to wait and see, but I think it'll look good on modern animation. So then we move on to Eyes of Wakanda, which is a special series. I think they said it's a limited event series.
Yeah, I think.
Let me look it up here. Eyes of Wakanda. Let's see here. Sorry. Before we go to Eyes of Wakanda, the brief footage for X-Men 97. The brief footage revealed that the X-Men would wear the Grant Morrison suits, but they don't say who. Moreover, characters such as Havoc, Polaris, which I'm very excited for. Polaris was teased at the end of season 1, and like in the shadows. Of course, she is another daughter of Magneto, metal powers. Apocalypse and Danger. Danger is a villain who, spoiler alert, not spoiler alert. Danger stands for the Danger Room, the AI in charge of the Danger Room. When it becomes sentient.
I was reading a comic panel of the team confronting Charles about that. Actually, Scott, I think I heard it was like the official breaking point of the relationship between Scott and Charles.
Yeah, it's another case of why'd you do this, Charles?
Which we started getting in like the later X-Men movies, and I was like, I'm not used to this.
Exactly. Yeah, we were even talking about that during our commentaries. Like, oh, they're finally starting to confront Charles. Charles is very infallible in the future. So then that'll be a lot of intrigue there. The brief snippets also seem to confirm that Wolverine survived Magneto's attack at the end of last season. Because again, Wolverine and Storm were like MIA. We don't know what happened to them. But if we see him, that means he must have survived, obviously. Other than that, no new information was divulged about the series. We already know, though, before this, that season 3 is in development and season 4 is most likely happening as well. They are really putting their best foot forward with X-Men 97.
But different writers, so that's interesting.
For season 3, I think season 2 is going to be the same writer.
Okay.
I think season 2 they said was still going to be by Brad, I think, or I forget his name, who was fired before season 1 even aired. But I think they're using his script for season 1 and 2. Season 3 is when things change.
Fine.
That's what people are nervous about. Or let go. I don't know. But after season 1, people are like, why would he let go? Because this was amazing. But Eyes of Wakanda, this is an animated series exploring the new corners of the Marvel Universe, more specifically the mystical city of Kunlun, and the culture of that society will be explored alongside the character of Iron Fist and Black Panther. Let's see here. Ryan Coogler was at the presentation and spoke about how the direction of the series is about the war dogs who are in charge of keeping Wakanda secret. So we can go back and look at the sacrifice people made to keep that secret about Wakanda. A new character is introduced in the series as well. They say here the character is called Nani, Noni, who will act as a disruptor in Wakanda, trying to expose some of the country's corruption to the people of the hidden nation. You can expect Eyes of Wakanda to be a nice companion piece to the Black Panther films, and the series delves into the history of its secret and the intersection between Wakanda and Kunlun, the Iron Fist world. The series is utilizing 3D animation. I expect different time periods to be explored, almost like an anthology series, and it is canon to the MCU, unlike the next one we'll talk about here. But yeah, Eyes of Wakanda is canon, experiencing the intrigue and connection between Iron Fist and Wakanda, and how they kept Wakanda a secret for so long. It seems really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't see an episode of length for some reason. I remember it being titled as like a limited series, but it seems to be I think 8 to 10 episodes, I would assume, unless we hear otherwise. So yeah, this looks very exciting. The next part is Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, which was originally going to be canon, but obviously looking at this image, this is not going to be canon to the MCU.
Yeah.
This would be a whole new thing.
Evan, I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Yeah, it was announced like what, 2 years ago now?
2, maybe 3.
Maybe 3, yeah.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Well, I'm about to make a name for myself.
Coleman Domingo will voice Norman Osborn.
I mean, this is amazing.
Which I think is really good voice acting, voice casting.
This is one of like the biggest things I heard this weekend. It was like Incredibles 3, and it was this, because my God, Evan, like, I love Coleman Domingo. I think he's probably one of the best actors we have working today. He is so good in anything he does. For sure. Have you seen Euphoria? Do you watch that show? I've seen all of Euphoria. He's really great in that. Yeah. I want to see his movie Sing Sing. That looks good. Me too. Coming out this week, which I'm like trying to juggle my movies now that I'm going back to school. I'm like back to teaching. I mean, it's like I have to see Sing Sing this weekend and Alien Romulus. I'm like, how do I juggle that? We'll see. Like I can only imagine like the fucking goblin monologue if he gets there, like from Coleman Domingo. Oh, that's gonna be so cool. That's gonna be great. Also, do you think this is where any like Kang rumors spawned from? Like probably Coleman talks to play big Marvel villain, and it was Norman. Great. I didn't even think about that, but you're definitely right. Like, yeah, a leak probably went out that Coleman Domingo had meetings with Marvel about playing a big villain. People are like, oh, Kang, boom. But no, big villain in the animated world playing Green Goblin there. Hudson Dames returning, by the way. Yeah. I feel so lost, by the way, Evan. It's just like thinking like the Kang stuff is just done and gone. I know. It's very weird. Still trying to juggle that in my mind. Can we pull Loki out if he's not busy with that anymore? Can we? I know, right? Can I get season 3? Can we do this? Please, we need that. For Sylvie, at least. Hudson Thames voices Peter Parker. He was a voice in What If season. He voiced the character in What If season 3. I think they meant to say season 2. He's in season 1. Yeah, season. I don't. Did we see Spider-Man season 2? There's no Spider-Man season 2, from what I remember. Because he's in the Marvel Zombies episode. Yeah. He did great. He sounds just like Tom. I forget the voice, but I'll believe you. I think he was fine.
So the big thing here, the big difference between your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and the MCU is that it's almost a riff on the what if scenario of Peter and Tony from the MCU. The main difference of Peter learning from Norman, who uses more questionable methods, which I think will be very interesting. So Peter and Norman will have a very close relationship in this world. It's kind of what I want in the MCU, but Kevin.
No. There was an image of like one of the Disney parks is doing a new Spider-Man attraction somewhere, and the concept art had Spidey, the Avengers Campus specific suit Spidey, going up against a Doc Ock, and I'm like, well, who's that? Who's that gonna be?
Yeah, it's like, can we get an MCU Doc Ock or Green Goblin or anything of the sort?
Yeah.
So it reveals Peter gets his spider bite when Doctor Strange and Venom. Oh my gosh, this net is killing me. Venom come through a portal fighting along with his spider. That's crazy.
Wow, Strange and Venom. That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Maybe this is how the goo gets back to the Sonyverse.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine someone asks like, I gotta go watch the Friendly Neighborhood cartoon to figure this out?
So that's about it they revealed from Spider-Man. Let me look through the website and see if there's anything else they reveal about Spider-Man.
I'm very excited for the art style, and I want to see it in motion.
Yeah, they say here on the website it has a comic book art style that's very reminiscent of like flipping through a comic book. But I wonder how that looks like in motion. I'm with you. I wonder, is it going to be distracting? Is it going to be cool? We'll see.
I wonder if it'll look like the 60s cartoon.
Yeah, I like the swing they're taking. I like that it's unique. Even if it doesn't work, I'm like, okay, take the risk. So as they say here, again, the difference being Peter Parker and Peter's mentor being Norman Osborn. So how would that affect his character? Let's see here. Exclusive footage. So D23 attendees were able to see an animated intro that used the classic Spider-Man theme song before it morphs into a modern rap song. The preview then depicts Peter's first day of freshman year. His arrival at school is immediately interrupted by Doctor Strange fighting a monster that looks a lot like Venom. One of Strange's portals leads to a radioactive spider from the Venom monster's universe, landing on Peter and biting him as he is meeting Nico Monroe, a character from the Runaway series of comics. The animation style is very comic book inspired with cell animation, with shots split into comic book panels to evoke the feeling of reading a comic book.
Cool.
There was another scene that shown from the series that takes place 5 months afterwards, depicting Peter taking down street-level thugs with advanced tech. One of them is a boy who has metallic boots that give him a short burst of super speed. Another of them is a woman with cyber blade. Peter wears a prototype suit similar to the one seen in Homecoming, but slightly different, and is struggling to fight the thugs. However, Norman Osborn rings him in on his comms and gives him advice on how to stop the thugs. The footage highlights Norman's mentor relationship with Peter and the fatherly bond that is developing there. With Norman's advice, Peter manages to stop the thugs. So again, it seems like Norman and Peter are going to be working very closely throughout the series. Up next, we have Marvel Zombies, which is a 4-episode event and is described as being a hardcore TVMA.
Wow.
TVMA, hardcore, 4 episodes. Shang-Chi's in it, which is very cool. Says here, the first teaser revealed the Mandarin, Wenwu, giving Shang-Chi the 10 rings to save his arm from a zombie bite. Also includes Shang-Chi, Katie, who was Awkwafina's character, Jimmy Woo from WandaVision, from Ant-Man, etc. Fighting a Skrull biker gang in a Mad Max style sequence. This seems very cool. I don't know what the animation is. Maybe the website says we get a.
I
Animation
believe it's
description.
the same animation style as What If.
Okay.
I remember there was a look at Marvel Zombies before of like the surviving characters that are in it. I know Kate Bishop and Yelena are in it.
Yeah, Kate Bishop and I remember Kamala's like the main character. Yeah, Kamala and Shang-Chi. Kamala, Shang-Chi, Kate, like I love that squad. Seems very cool to me.
Bucky, maybe Red Guardian.
So that's a new look from the TV series.
Very cool.
The Spider-Man TV series. This is a new cast from Percy Jackson, the 3 Grey sisters, by the way. And I think that might be it. Skeleton Crew, Star Wars. Yeah. Let me scroll down, see if we missed anything. But yeah, I'm excited for the zombie stuff. It's weird. I like the zombie episode from What If. Yeah, that's about it for animation. And it seems very cool. Let me see if there's any kind of description for zombies. They say they begin Shang-Chi, Katie, Jimmy Woo in the middle of a street fighting zombies. They begin to get overrun until the Mandarin shows up and starts fighting the zombies with the 10 rings. A particular standout moment akin to Attack on Titan, is a kaiju zombie that the Mandarin kills by throwing the red rings, the rings at the center of its forehead in a bloody sequence. The Mandarin tells Shang-Chi to leave the civilians and run until Shang-Chi is bitten by one of the zombies. The virus spreads throughout his arm. The Mandarin sacrifices himself by transferring the rings to Shang-Chi, who is then taken by the Death Dealer. I don't know who that is. He then picks him up in a helicopter before the scene ends. 5 years later, Shang-Chi and the same group of characters in a wasteland, very similar to Mad Max. They're being chased by a Skrull biker gang that we talked about. And overall, they say it's a more lighthearted set piece set to the song Lights by Journey. Good old Journey. What is this, Glee?
Yeah.
With them taking the Skrull bikers out with Jimmy Woo singing along the way. Unfortunately, this year was announced as not coming out for a while. Whoops. I thought this was a 2025 thing. It might be 2026 now at this rate. I don't know. We'll see. I think next year, I think they said Spider-Man later this year, right? Or
God, I wish. Probably not.
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. No release date for Spider-Man either. So Spider-Man could be next year as well. We'll have to wait and see. But that might be it. Let me scroll up. Incredibles. Yeah, I think that's it. Stop sharing. Oh, we nearly made it to 2 hours there talking about everything D23. So we could have got another 20 minutes because there was some Star Wars stuff there. We did see the trailers for Mando and Grogu. Still a bad title. Skeleton Crew trailer. Looked fun. Yeah. So we'll be doing episode reviews of each episode of Skeleton Crew later this year. Comes out December 3rd. So we can watch that trailer at a later time as we gear up for Star Wars again. But overall, that's pretty much it. I'm excited for D23, and I'm excited for the stuff they revealed at D23. Percy Jackson got me the most excited alongside what's it called? Some of the Marvel stuff. But that's about it. Whew, I'm so tired. You guys can follow me on Twitter. Oh, are we to assume all the Eternals all died on the way back to their home planet at this point?
No, no, not. We're getting adamantium from their fucking effects.
I don't know if we ever get an Eternals 2. We'll probably see them. He'll probably put them in Secret Wars somehow. Maybe. I'd be shocked if he didn't. Just close.
Are you ready for that, Mr. Whitman?
God. Just close up that storyline.
Put him in Midnight Suns. Let's do it.
Yeah, how about that? Why not? Sure. But yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at Harris EV9 XJ9.
Nice.
And yeah, talking all things Big Brother 26. The Olympics are over, which sucks. I'm going back to work, which sucks. But you know, new school year, new vibe. Nothing to complain about. How about you, Nathan? How's life? Living like Larry?
I mean, I'm sick right now, but that's not going to stop me from going to my very first screen unseen tomorrow. Screening
Sweet.
of a mystery movie. From
Cinemark?
deducing the rating and the runtime, I think it's going to be Blink Twice, which I'm very hopeful it is.
The Cinemark?
It's AMC.
AMC. So what's the rating?
It's rated R, and it's an hour and 41 minutes, which is the runtime of Blink Twice, which comes out end of next week.
Yeah. Could it be Alien Romulus?
I thought maybe, but Alien Romulus is hour 59, so that's a big gap.
Oh, okay.
But you know, could be because it's you know, they've already like had the premiere for it, so people have seen it. And it's about to come out. I'll take either. Like I'm going in for Blink Twice, but if it's Alien Romulus, I'm gonna be like,
yeah, right. That's awesome. I went to a mystery one for Cinemark. I forget what movie I saw though.
You saw Bike Riders, right?
It was Bike Riders. Yes, it was. Okay, thank you.
I'm so sorry.
I was like, I just saw it for $5 instead of $9. Yeah. But anyways, that's exciting, man. I'm excited for Blink Twice. It looks like a very fun movie starring everybody's favorite Gambit. So
yeah.
That's about it. Where can they find you, Nathan?
Yeah, you can follow me at _TimeBlazer. I'm making a show called Time Blazer with co-star and creative consultant Evan Harris.
Playing Ben, who's a better lawyer than Matt Murdock. I said it.
Maybe. Yeah, I've been working on some music, getting into guitar riffs. Maybe replace the original opening theme that I made. I don't know.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah. But like I really like the opening theme I made. I shared it with you before, but it's like 2 minutes, and I'm like, that's so long.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that being said, if you enjoy this, make sure you like button, subscribe not already, ring the bell so you miss coverage on all things movies and TV. And that being said, hope you have a great day. Catch you guys next time.